Hello everyone, and in this video we're going to be doing an in-combat comparison all the weapons available to the heavy assault class, their key points and notable certifications. How? I mean how? That pilot is amazing. T9 Carv. I understand why I die a lot to the Carv now. They're a super accurate, rapid fire weapon. Burst fire on an enemy at medium range and they're dead in 2 or 3 bursts. It's awesome, and with a 100-round magazine you have a fair amount of time before you need to reload. TR weapons, however, suffer from an extreme amount of muzzle flash. You'll notice when I'm using the iron sights, most of the time I can't see what I'm shooting and I'm relying heavily on the hit indicator. T9 Carv S. Just like the regular T9 Carv, this weapon is a pretty nice killing machine. With the stats almost identical, you have to ask yourself the question, are the upgrades worth the 1000 certs or 700 station cash price tag? For the elitist, yes. Soft point and high velocity ammo for different loadouts, a compensator, and seeing as the magazine is 100 rounds, the extended mag will increase your clip size to 150 rounds. Yes, it's very large, but you have to ask yourself, how many times is 100 rounds not going to be enough? Obviously we all want more, but do we really need it? MSW-R. This weapon is designed for people getting right up close to the enemy with soft point ammo and advanced laser dot in the cert list. The MSW-R has a slightly better recoil and cone of fire control than the T9 Carv and the same rate of fire. The 50 round mag is its major drawback. With no extended mag, it's just stuck that way. For 100 certs though, there's no harm in just picking this up. It's a nice little gun. The T16 is the MSW-R built for longer range. With high velocity ammo and advanced foregrip, stat wise on the cone of fire, the T16 is a tiny bit worse, but with a slower rate of fire that kind of negates that. The first shot recoil was the biggest, but it's nothing to write home about, and for 250 certs, it's nothing really to turn your nose up at. TMG50. This rifle is a price point filler at 500 certs. It hits the hardest, but has the slowest rate of fire. Standing still or crouching looking down the sights, the cone of fire is tiny. This is the best long range rifle, but to be honest, if you want to shoot targets at a long range, be an infiltrator. T32 Bull. This weapon has the ability to be equipped for close or long range combat. But to be honest, what does a ball do? It charges that dude in pyjamas because he's sick to death of having that red sheet waved in his face. But in all honesty, this weapon is like that extra crap that parents used as stocking fillers at Christmas. At 1000 certs, 700 station cash, the ball doesn't compare to the Carv S, and with only 60 rounds in the mag, no extender, you're going to get caught with your pants down more often than you like. ASP-60 barrel rifle. A support weapon, it's like a weak sniper rifle, but it can be used by a heavy assault or an engineer class. It takes 5 or 6 shots to kill, and most people one-on-one will out DPS you. This weapon is really effective when you have a meat shield between you and the target, and assisting teammates. Not really a good weapon for a heavy assault alone, but if you're playing as an engineer a lot, you may consider this. Here's Big Daddy, T7 Mini-Chaingun. Compared to Planetside 1, the chaingun now has a better cone of fire. It really has been designed to be used on the run. It's the fastest shooting weapon in the game, and I was thinking when I was using it, I wish I had a 150 to 200 round magazine. Then I looked at the certs and just smiled. The chaingun gets an extended mag or a laser dot. But the cone of fire is pretty nice as it is, just go for the extra ammo. The chain gun does have a first shot delay when the barrels get in up to speed, which one-on-one will get you killed, but once you're firing, everyone better duck, because there's a whole lot of metal coming their way. AS16 Nighthawk. I've gone off the shotguns really. They're too pricey for their limited use. I'd like to see them at 500 certs. It's pretty much mandatory to use slug ammo as the pellets are ineffective at anything other than up in their face or their back. The rate of fire, you empty your clip in seconds and have to resort to the pistol more often than you'd like. So the extended mag is mandatory as well. At an average distance, you're looking at 2 to 3 shots to kill if all the pellets land on target. TS4 Haymaker. The rate of fire makes the Haymaker feel very clunky and unwieldy. 8-shot mag as standard, 12-shot extended. With slug ammo, you should easily get 2 or 3 kills per clip. That's if you land all the shots, of course. FA1 Barrage is basically the Haymaker with less ammo and half a second faster reload. Why bother? I mean, come on, I would rather have the extra 2 shots overall. TX1 Repeater. With burst fire mode, you'll be surprised to know that this will out DPS the NC's mag shot. It's just the sheer speed you can get the shots off. Of course you're only going to pull this pistol out in the oh crap moments, and with a 21 round clip you got plenty of ammo to finish off your target. And it has been pointed out to me that you can also add laser dots to all of the pistols, so even more accuracy if you want to set into it. TX2 Emperor. I'm surprised by the size of the clip, as the other 2 factions' harder hitting pistol has reduced ammo. Now the Repeater will out DPS the Emperor, but the Emperor holds more damage in its clip, as it hits harder but shoots at half the speed, so it's all down to player's playstyle. But remember, the Repeater is free, the Emperor is not. ML7, the starter anti-vehicle weapon, dumbfire. You're looking at 3 shots to kill a lightning. Fairly standard, and it's free. M9 SKEP Launcher, anti-vehicle weapon that locks onto tanks and turrets from time to time. It's a bit gimmicky, but seeing as most people get the anti-aircraft launcher, having a few anti-vehicle launchers could be handy. But otherwise I'd stick to the ML7 or get the Grounder.
Generator compromised.
Are you sure this ain't an anti-infantry weapon? It's working pretty well. ASP-30 Grounder. I love the name, especially after I've grounded a Reaver. A typical anti-air lock-on weapon, the projectile guidance leaves a lot to be desired, but at least you can dumbfire versus tanks and it will do the same damage as the SKEP. NS Decimator. Dumbfire has 1 less shot than the other anti-vehicle weapons, but does hit the hardest. To put things into perspective for you, it does 2000 damage.
The Shrike does 1700 damage, the Crow and the Hawk do 1500 damage, and the Annihilator, which you're going to see next, only does 1150 damage. The projectile travels half the speed of all the faction specific anti-vehicle weapons as well. NS Annihilator locks onto everything but has a slow projectile. It hits like a wet towel, not like the towel that you whip your mates round the legs with, because we all know that hurts if you get them just right. A really soggy wet towel that you just throw in someone's face. Click the annotations on screen now for other classes and factions, and have a good day.